I once thought becoming a stepparent would be like stepping into a fairy tale. But I was wrong. It was more like walking straight onto a battlefield, where every smile was fake. Every family dinner felt like a silent war. Every hug I offered was pushed away like I carried a disease. People see the happy family photos online. They don't see the nights I locked myself in the bathroom just to cry. They don't see the way the kids looked at me, like I was a thief who stole their happiness. So I made a promise to myself, I would smile, no matter what. But behind that smile are 7 secrets most stepparents would rather die than admit. Are you sure you want to hear them? Because once you do, you'll never look at a stepmom or stepdad the same way again. Hit subscribe right now, because what I'm about to reveal will shock you. The first day I stepped into that house, I thought I'd found a second family. But I hadn't. It felt like I'd just entered forbidden territory, every eye on me, sharp as knives, like I was some kind of invader. Have you ever seen a child's eyes colder than steel? I have. The dining table was so quiet, the clinking of forks and knives sounded like thunder. I smiled. They didn't smile back. I asked a question. They answered with silence. I sat there, like an unwanted statue in the very house I'd paid to renovate. People say kids are innocent. Wrong. They're smart, calculating, and they know exactly how to make you feel like a ghost. Once, I walked into the living room. The laughter stopped instantly. Do you know what it feels like to be hated by an entire room in a single second? I do. I told myself, just be sincere. Eventually, they'll accept you. But the harder I tried, the further they pushed me away. Sometimes, I stared in the mirror and asked, am I destroying this family just by being here? Have you ever wondered if you were the villain in someone else's story? I have. Because once you're a stepparent, you're forever standing outside the door. People think stepparents have thick skin. Wrong. Every rejection feels like a knife straight to the heart. But we smile anyway. We pretend nothing happened. Do you know what it's like to reach out for a hug, and have a child look you in the eyes, then turn their back? I do. And I had to smile like it was normal. I've cried into my pillow countless nights. And the next morning, I had to walk out smiling again. Have you ever cried and then forced yourself to laugh seconds later? I've done that hundreds of times. People think, oh, they must be used to it by now. No. Every rejection tears off another piece of your heart. How many times can someone be rejected before they break? I stopped counting long ago. We pretend we're strong. But inside, we're crumbling. A house is supposed to be the safest place. But for me, it felt like forbidden ground. Every time I walked through the door, I didn't feel warmth. I felt stares, sharp, suspicious, like I was trespassing. Have you ever felt like a guest in your own home? I did. Every day. Every hour. When I walked into the room, conversations stopped. Laughter vanished. Do you know what it's like to ruin the air in a room just by existing? I know that feeling too well. I once redecorated the living room. Bought flowers. Hung pictures. Rearranged chairs. But to them, I was invading their territory. Think about it, spending your money, your energy, to create a home, and still being treated like a stranger. What's more painful than that? I believed time would change things. But the longer I stayed, the more I realized the truth. In this house, I would always be a guest. No one says it out loud. But we all do it. We compare ourselves to their real mom or dad. Every day. Every moment. I see how they say, Dad, with warmth. How they hug their mother like nothing else in the world matters. And then I look at myself. Just a name. Just a shadow. Have you ever stood next to their real parent and realized you're nothing but the faulty copy? I have. Like I'm a placeholder, waiting to be discarded. Once, I went to a parent-teacher meeting. I sat there, awkward, listening. But every eye, teachers, classmates, was fixed on the real parent. And me. I was invisible. I tried giving gifts. But one small present from their real dad, or one hug from their real mom, erased months of my effort. Can you imagine watching all your work crumble in a single second? I've lived that, again and again. And some nights, I wished I'd never entered their lives. Because deep down, it always feels like a battle between their real parents and us. And guess what? We always lose. If you've ever seen this happen, drop a comment below. And hit subscribe, because the next secrets are even darker. I used to dream of being hugged. Of being called mom or dad. But that dream never came true. So I lowered my expectations. From love, down to respect. They nod when I speak. They follow my instructions in small things. People say, "Oh, they're so polite." But they don't see it, it's cold politeness. Have you ever been treated kindly, but felt completely abandoned? I have. I gave a birthday gift once. They smiled. Said thank you. Then set it aside, forgotten. That smile cut deeper than silence. Could you live on nothing but empty respect? I've tried. But I don't know how much longer my heart can survive on that alone. There's a truth I've never admitted. I feel guilty, for even being here. Like I walked into the middle of a movie, ruining a story that was supposed to be beautiful. Have you ever felt like you were the reason someone else was hurting? I feel that every day. Those kids never wanted me. Their hearts still belonged to a family that shattered long ago. And here I am, stepping on the broken pieces, making the cracks worse. Sometimes I watch them sleep, their faces so peaceful. And I whisper to myself, am I stealing their childhood? What do you think? Can an adult's love sometimes be nothing but a burden to a child? I smile in public. But inside, it's all guilt. A guilt that clings like a shadow, refusing to let go. How long can someone live feeling like they are the wound in another person's life? I don't know the answer yet. Every morning, I ask the mirror the same question. Do I deserve to be here? Have you ever sat at a dinner table and felt like you weren't even in the room? I have. I try to join the conversation. But one look from them shuts me up. Am I a parent? No. A teacher? Not even that. I'm just a replaceable shadow. Do you know what hurts more than being hated? Being ignored. Being treated like you don't exist. Like even your breath has no meaning in that house. Every time they call their real parents to share good news, while I'm left out, it tears me apart. Can you imagine living beside someone every day but never being the one they choose? I don't know my worth anymore. A substitute. A background character. Or just a smudge on a broken family portrait. Is there anything worse than existing but never being seen? I've lived that too long. I don't dream of being a hero. I don't dream of glory. All I ever wanted was one hug. One soft look. One time hearing, Dad or Mom. Do you think that's too small a dream? Small enough that anyone should reach it. But for me, it's farther than the stars. Some stepparents raise kids for 10 years. Drive them everywhere. Cook every meal. Hold them when they're sick. And yet, they never hear that one word. Can you imagine that pain? Giving your life in love, and never being acknowledged, not even once. I used to sit by the door, hoping they'd run to me, arms open, calling me Dad. But that door never opened. Have you ever dreamed the same dream again and again, only to wake up with a shattered heart? That's been my whole life. And maybe, I'll leave this world without ever hearing that word. Just one word. But to me, it means everything. Maybe you think stepparents are weak. But we're not. We're stronger than anyone, because every single day we survive rejection. We don't want praise. We don't want medals. All we want is one honest moment, where love breaks through the wall. Have you ever wondered how much pain a stepmom or stepdad hides behind a smile? If this story reminded you of someone, or touched your heart, share it in the comments. I want to hear your story. Because sometimes, one confession, one moment of understanding, can heal wounds we've carried our whole lives. And don't forget to subscribe. There are truths no one dares to say, but I'll tell them to you.